Hi, I'm Tracey, a Holistic Nutritional Consultant. In this video, I want to talk to you about some liquid meal replacements. If your doctor has suggested that you take a meal replacement drink, then it's important to do that. Maybe it's because you've lost too much weight or you're not getting as much nutrition as you need. Those meal replacement drinks are not loved by everyone. So if you find that you don't like the taste of those drinks, some ideas to make them a little bit more palatable would include blending your drink up with ice. It's super simple, but by making it really cold, you can't pick up the flavors as well. Or instead of ice, you could blend in some frozen fruit. So imagine taking your chocolate flavored meal replacement drink and blending it with frozen strawberries, chocolate strawberry milkshake, or even blueberries, whatever your favorite berry is. If you have a vanilla flavored drink, maybe blend it up with frozen mango or frozen peaches for a nice, creamy, sweet milkshake. So those are some things you can do with your actual meal replacement drinks. There are some things you can also make at home though that have lots of nutrition in them and are in a drink format. So let's talk about smoothies and soups. So when you're putting together a smoothie or a soup, it's really important that you get carbohydrates, protein, and fat, and that you pack in as much nutrition as you can. So I'm going to show you a really simple smoothie that you can make. I'm going to use a chocolate bone broth as my protein source in this smoothie, but there are other things you can use as well. There are a variety of different kinds of protein powders available on the market. It's important to find something that you like the flavor of and that your body tolerates as well. So because this is a bone broth, it's a great source of protein and it's chocolate flavored. This is made by a local company called High Vibe, and you can find them in many stores across Alberta. So if you're looking for a pre-made bone broth, High Vibe is available in a lot of places. So I'm gonna put this in. This is my liquid. Again, it's a chocolate flavored one. I'm just gonna start with a cup. And I have a combination of blueberries and coconut cream. So this would be the fat component of my smoothie with some berries. Now, you may not want to use berries. A lot of people like chocolates with banana. I prefer blueberries because they're so nutrient dense and they have lots of antioxidants to help protect your lungs. If you don't have coconut cream or you don't like coconut cream, a really nice fat option for a smoothie is an MCT oil. There are lots and lots of different brands available. Many grocery stores now carry MCT oil. I know Costco has it as well. This is an oil that's derived from coconut, but it has no flavor, so it's very neutral. I want to take a minute to talk about MCT oil. MCT oil is the same oil that is usually used in meal replacement drinks that you're buying commercially. So this is an oil that doesn't actually require digestion. It can be absorbed into your body exactly as it is. So it's really easy from an absorption perspective. If you're brand new to MCT and you're using it in smoothies, make sure to start slow and then just gradually build up. You can get diarrhea if you do too much at once, so that's important to know. So you could put about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon into your smoothie. Again, I'm just going to use this coconut cream with my blueberries. And then I like to put in some leafy greens as well. So you can put in whatever leafy greens you like. Those mixed salad greens are really nice. I just have some plain lettuce that I'm going to break up into that. So I have some fat, I have some protein, and I've got some carbs because my blueberries are a fruit and they have carbs. Okay, let's see if this will blend. I might have a little bit too much lettuce in there. There we go. Now we've got a nice, rich, creamy smoothie that's packed with nutrition. Another great thing, of course, is going to be soups, as I've mentioned. So in this pot, I have already sauteed some onion, and I've sauteed it in avocado oil. So onion is great, it's rich in quercetin. Avocado oil is one of those anti-inflammatory fats. So this is a good starting point for any soup. Now, when I'm making blended soups, if you're able to eat a chunky soup, you can have a bit more variety. With a blended soup, I find the color is important. And so you don't want to create kind of a brown, murky soup, which you would get with a whole diversity of vegetables. So when I'm doing a blended soup, which is easier to consume, I like to stick to one color profile, just to make it more palatable in appearance. So like I said, I have my onions in here. So today I'm going for kind of an orange soup. So I have a bunch of sliced carrots. Those are going into the pot. I have a bunch of chopped up yams. That's going in. So these are both great sources of carbohydrates. Then I have some celery for added flavor. And if chopping vegetables is too difficult for you to do, then feel free to use frozen vegetables. They are very convenient and save a lot of prep time. Today I'm adding some frozen cubed butternut squash. So it's as simple as that. All of my vegetables are in the pot. And now I'm adding a chicken bone broth. Lots of stores are carrying bone broths nowadays, so look for a variety that's available in your local store. I also want to talk about the difference between a bone broth and the chicken stock that you might find in stores. So I have one example of a powdered version that you can find in many stores. This is highly processed, often has some hydrogenated yeast extracts and different things in it for flavor. It may not be a great source of protein. So you don't necessarily want to be buying a powdered one if you're looking for a protein source for your soups. There are liquid ones that are available in Tetra packs. Many of those contain sugar as well and are made from similar ingredients as these powdered ones. So it will be much better to do a bone broth or a homemade chicken stock where you're putting a whole chicken into a pot, covering it with water to make a beautiful stock that way. If you were to use bone broth in your soup, 1 cup of bone broth has about 9 grams of protein. To compare this to chicken meat, you would be eating about 1/3 of a chicken breast to get a comparable amount of protein. A whole chicken breast has about 30 grams. So that goes in, still a little bit frozen. And then it's important to add salt at the beginning of cooking. It will bring out the flavor of all the ingredients you've just added. If you add salt at the end of cooking, you just end up with salty soup. So we're gonna put some salt in there right now. I like to use a good quality sea salt, or today I have a pink Himalayan salt. And this is it. This is now gonna go onto my stove top. And then you just cook this until your vegetables are tender, and then you can put it into a blender to make it creamy and smooth. So again, today's going to be an orange soup. I also really like to do a white soup where I put in cauliflower and cabbage, maybe a little bit of turnip or parsnip. So those are some options for liquid meal replacements. Again, remember to always have a protein, which would be in any kind of bone broth or meat stock, a variety of nutrient-dense vegetables, and we've got lots of vegetables in here that have healthy carbs, anti-inflammatory carbs, and some fat. So I've got that avocado oil in here that I use to saute my onions with. Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit about batch cooking. It is a huge time saver. Just cooking a little bit extra when you're making, or a lot extra, is going to save you a lot of time and energy down the road. So you can use a big pot like this and make a huge batch of soup and then freeze it into serving sizes. You can use Ziploc bags or different containers to freeze that to have on hand. Another way to make large batches of soups that is simple would be in a big crock pot or even in something like an Instant Pot. So again, if you have big batches, it's going to last you for a really long time and you can freeze a lot of it. Now, if batch cooking is still too much work for you and you don't have the energy to do that, ask a family member or a friend, or maybe you have somebody in a church group or a community group who would be willing to help. And if you can get them to make a batch of soup a week and bring it over, then you're set up with some super nutritious meals that are going to last you for the week. I hope those are some helpful tips.